I heard say that's all right. Pies go down against the Cats on a Saturday night at the G. Always a tough side to come up against, and what can you say? Patrick Dangerfield, he's had our number before. You know, interestingly enough, it wasn't Jeremy Cameron this time. But yeah, I suppose we had our chances early, didn't take them, and yeah, greatness came to the coalface of it all in the last quarter, and yeah, they take that one. You know, jump in, guys. So here's the link. We're gonna do Discord. Excuse me, my voice is still cooked. Jump into Discord, and we'll do that's the way we're gonna do our fan cam. So if you want to jump in, have a chat. I think it's just easier for people to use Discord because you don't have to show your face. We'll see how it goes. If you guys don't like it, that's fine. We can always go back to like fan cams. That's totally fine. But we'll try Discord. So there's the link. And then you have the voice channel, which is listed as a YouTube live stream channel. You join there, and that's where you have your say. So jump in and we can have a chat through that channel. It took me a while to figure it out, so I understand if other people who also need to figure it out. Boomer. Boomer. Hello.
Hello, I was muted.
You all right? How are you?
How are you? Well, a bit saddened by that little performance. I was waiting for a bit of a cue. Are we actually out in the YouTube channel yet?
I'm just double checking. I'm going to quickly check that it's working. Give me 1 second, Boomer.
Not a problem. Well, we certainly had a few passengers today, didn't we?
Yeah, we can hear Boomer. So, what are your immediate feelings?
Oh, well, we were due to have one. If you went back to the start of the season, you would have, sort of, 6-2. You'd say that's okay. So we've been punching pretty well up until now. I feel us losing Jeremy Howe and Tom Stewart kind of cancelled each other out. Like that was a non-advantage for both sides. And them losing Brian Myers, I reckon that probably cost them 3 or 4 goals. So I don't know, they were scrappy. They kept in it and they just kept scrapping all night. And we sort of I think we were waiting to just get the upper hand eventually. We were waiting for them to tire out and it just didn't seem to come, did it? A few of us were good, few passengers. Bo seems lost. Bo McCreary seems lost when Lockie Schultz is out there. He doesn't seem to know his job. And I don't know, it just seemed a little bit like it's hard. The Geelong coaching staff had something to work with, didn't they?
Yeah, in the end, you'd say both sides had some pretty key players missing for sure. I'm maybe not as worried about Bo McCreary as I am with Jordan De Goey right now. I'm not sounding alarms with Jordy De Goey just yet because we know when we need him to come good. But I feel like that was a game, that was a quarter where maybe in years gone by, that's when De Goey's good to go and fit and firing. That's his quarter. Instead, it ended up being Patrick Dangerfield's quarter.
Yeah. He's the sort of player, if you have him out there, 5 minutes of De Goey can destroy another team. In fact, last week, I think he had a bit of a shocker, but still kicked 1 or 2 goals. So, look, I think they're not letting on the extent of his injury. We've never really learnt what's actually wrong with him, and that's always a bit of a warning bell. But I was sceptical we were going to get a full season out of him and Tom Mitchell this year. Like, between them, I thought we're probably not going to get to 23 games, and I don't know. He's definitely not fit to play, I would say, because De Goey's a beast, and why didn't they run him in the middle? I thought him and Nick Dacos used to sort of swap in the middle, but Nick seems to be having to shoulder it all now. Is that right?
Probably tonight. I mean, Pendlebury was amazing, and Sidebottom didn't lose any fans tonight.
Yeah, that's true. I'm thinking though, when Lockie Schultz comes in, or what was the other thing? Just a few of those things. Our score line. It was 4-5 tonight. Normally about 4 goals, and McStay's been the one that's got us got more goals than points over the last few games. And not having McStay, I think, probably he seems to kick that third or fourth goal. It gets us into the more goals than points. And then from there, we keep the momentum going, and we didn't have that again tonight. So that was a bit sad. And the other thing is, I think we gave them a 15-minute head start. Our zone defence was so far back blocking up their forward line that by the time we get it forward, we're having long bombs from the 50-metre line. And then once we move that 5 to 10 metres closer to our goal, we seem to get rid of that. But I think we're packing our zone too deep now. It's just too crowded down there, and it stops them getting a goal. But it also makes it a hard run for us to get a goal as well.
Not the be-all end-all though, but it does mean it probably does mean that Fremantle is a very important game, more so than what it would have been had we beaten Geelong tonight.
Can someone stop hot micing there? Whatever that is, it sounds like you're strangling a cat. Who was that?
Can you mute them, Boomer?
Well, no, you can mute yourself if you're going to make dog noises or whatever. I don't know.
Someone trolling.
Hey?
Someone trolling in the Discord chat.
No, I don't know. I think it was just someone's hot micing. Anyway, look, mate, you kind of got me a little bit early here. But anyway, there's a bit of room here, so I'll let the others all have a bit of a chat and get their say in. But
yeah, Boomer, you done on that?
Yeah, I'm done on that. Yeah.
Good man. All right.
No worries, mate.
I appreciate you having you on. All right. I believe Benny from NZ was next. Ben. Benny. All right. Benny, I'll put you back on mute. We'll give you a chance in a sec. Michali.
Oh, am I?
Yeah. Yeah, look, could be better, could be worse. True.
You know what, man? It's kind of feels like a loss that we kind of needed, yeah, because we felt like six weeks in a row we're probably getting a bit too ahead of ourselves.
I don't know if we were getting ahead of ourselves, but there. I do understand the approach in, if you lose 1 in every 5 games, it keeps you to a good level. Whereas if you just keep winning, you may feel like impervious or infallible, and sometimes that doesn't help your psyche later in the year. So just to lose I'm not saying we're going to lose 1 in every 5 or 6, but 1 in every 7 in this case. But you get to that point, and that's okay. I'll cop that.
Yeah. Look, it was a very winnable game. Like we had our chances to really be ahead by 3 or 4 goals earlier in the game, and we should have kicked straight. I'm not going to talk about the umpires. Look, a lot of Collingwood supporters are saying the umpires fucked us, this and that. But I tell you what, man, we shouldn't even be in that position. Mate.
We should have won. We should have put the game away probably early in the third quarter, right? Michali.
That's all of us talking at the same time. Fair enough.
I don't know. No, I've got everyone else muted. I do need to figure out the logistics behind this, because what I'm doing, Mick, is you're on. I've muted everyone. You're unmuted, but I'll figure that out.
Yeah, that's all right. So yeah, look, all right. You can say about the umpires, right at the end, but fuck, man, that whole last quarter until the last couple of minutes, it was all Geelong, man. So that's where we lost it, yeah? Just couldn't win a stoppage, mate. Every stoppage they were getting out of there.
Yeah.
Going on some individuals, like Pendle's had a great game. DC had a great game. Josh Dacos. I thought Lockie Schultz was okay. Ned Long, another good shift. That's 5 above average games in a row by Ned Long as a starter. So everyone, all right, it would be great to have Tom Mitchell back, but I can't remember, even in our glory days, mate, I can't remember Tom Mitchell putting in 5 like fucking above average games in a row. That just wasn't happening. And he was all,
I think Ned's point of difference at the moment is just his ability to absorb tackles and lay tackles. Very good tackles.
Yeah. And with Dan Houston, now he's probably trying to get attuned to our game plan because fuck, man, he likes to go that risky kick and it's fucked us up a couple of times there, man. It's like, man, all right, I know you're an elite kick, man, but please, man, on 3 versus 1s when we're in a fucking position to fucking go inside 50, please, man. We know you're good, buddy.
How'd he go today?
How
many touches did he have? I mean, I don't necessarily recall too many blunders on his behalf, but what did he do numbers wise?
It was in the first half.
20
it was
touches.
in the first half.
Kicked the goal, 20 touches.
He had 20 touches, yeah.
Look, if you want to talk about moments, and I'll look, at the end of the day, people can make an argument for and against moments, and I think moments in games that matter, in big games like this, Darcy Moore had the opportunity to kill the ball, put that into put it through for a rush behind. Instead, he tries to get the boundary, but just gets nowhere near, and they score that goal. I think that was the goal to put them back or to put them in front in the last quarter, if I remember correctly.
Oh yeah,
that hurts.
And and that's where I don't know, the decision to rest Howie may have been a bit of a blunder because, mate, we could have done with Howie in that last quarter, man. Hell. I don't think we had enough cool heads, mate, in that last quarter.
Well, Digsby says Fly is too cocky, resting an informed Jeremy Howe. Maybe that will create some discussion. When you win, that doesn't come about. When you lose, that's going to be at the forefront of the conversation. We don't know what's wrong with Jeremy Howe. We don't know. Yeah, it was managed, but
yeah. Look, I reckon he could have played, and we could have rested him against Rio, man.
Yeah.
But anyway, look, I'm not too disappointed. You know, other times when you lose close ones, you're fucking bleeding. I'm not. For this one, we're in a good position. You know, I got a few texts from other supporters giving me shit, and I'm like, I don't give a fuck, man. We're a news, man. You know?
Yeah.
Supporters.
Oh, well, don't worry. 6-2 still has a pretty nice tune to it considering the fixture we've had to start the year. So I'm pretty content. Pretty content.
You would have taken it any day.
Yeah, no, we'll be sweet. We keep going. We just got to bounce back against Freo. Don't find form slumps. Like when we play like that against Freo, we win those games.
Yeah, fucking oath.
All right, Michali. Hey, are you having a cigar? I can't, without the camera, I can't tell if you're having a cigar or not.
I've definitely got a cigar in my hand.
Oh, yeah. I don't blame you. You'd be stressed. Bro. All good. All right, Michali, we're going to keep it rolling.
No worries. You have a good one, Armen.
I appreciate you. Ben Zero, again, with another 5 Pies Footy gift memberships to, who was it? Who's now part of the team? Primetime Feline, Will in Australia, Luna and Mai, Nicole, and Billy O'Connor. Billy O, I'm pretty sure that gentleman is from Gold Coast. He's quite active on the fan takeaway. So I remember I do know that YouTube name. So some worthy memberships there. Thanks, Ben Zero. You're a superstar, mate. It certainly does go a long way. Guys, by the way, if any of you Discord nerds in here, would it just be best for people to call me and then I answer their call there? like call them personally, or should I just keep it like this, where people join the channel, and then I just mute? Everyone just needs to mute everyone, basically, so that there's no, like, so that the speaker isn't hearing other voices. Anyways, Manny's been waiting patiently. Hello, Manny.
Hello there, Oriental. What are you doing, buddy?
Hello there, Oriental. Pues, I'm at home, mate.
Hello. Lost my fucking voice. Hey, that was a pure Collingwood loss. Don't worry about it. We lost it. We lost that game. We lost that game. We lost it. It was all our fault. Geelong didn't do nothing, right? We lost that game. The first 2 quarters, we should have buried them, right? The amount of shots we missed, right, and the amount of possession that we had, right? We should have killed them there. We left the door open, and they took their chance and they took the game off us. It was all our fault.
Are you stressed?
Who?
You.
Nah, because I told you the other day. Remember what I said to you? Right? They're going to come out hard, right? They come out hard. They pull 3 goals on us instantly, right? The boys weren't ready for it. Number 2, right? I told you if they give effort, right, it's just part of footy. Number three, all the malakis we did tonight, all the stupid stuff that we done tonight, right? Hitting posts, right? Missing snaps from 10 metres out. My check, last quarter, first goal to put a bit of space on him. Right, he misses a kick from fucking 15 metres out, right? And every single time against Geelong, right? The coach is sitting there, right? How many goals over the back there? All these goals over the back, they had 2-3 players free inside 50. The coach is sitting there, right? Our coach is sitting there, right? And he can see what's happening. Tell the defence to pull back. You know what I mean? They only had, right, the first 3 quarters, I reckon, if you check on the computer, they only had 3 set shots. All their other goals were over the back. From a turnover in the middle of the ground, right? They turned us over, and because our defence was too high, they had players running back into their forward 50, right? That's how Geelong played. Right, once they get a turnover, their forwards fucking scramble forward. You could see it all night, bro. All night, they were kicking goals over the back. Right? Mate, we're up by 20 points. Pull the defence back at least to the 50-metre fucking arc. He's got Frampton and Moore playing, right, in the centre square. What are you doing? Pull a defender back. That's why it's good when Howe plays, because Howe sits right back. He's like a goalkeeper. They had players over the top, and then you got Dempsey, right, taking a screamer over side bottom's head in the forward 50. What the fuck is side bottom doing, right? As the last defender in the back 50.
Is the winger, Malaka, do you not know the role of a defensive winger?
Yes, he rolls back. Yeah, he rolls back. But the problem is, right, where was the other defenders?
Look, when Dempsey is playing as that offensive winger, they'll usually be the guy in the goal square. He did the same thing to Jack. He did the same thing to Jack Crisp as well.
That's their game style. They turn the ball over in the middle of the ground, right? And their forwards fucking sprint forward, and they get us over the back. The amount of goals they scored over the back, right, was ridiculous, mate. It was ridiculous, and they were all easy goals as well, mate.
What about Jordan De Goey? What's going on with him?
Jordan De Goey, right? He's not 100% yet. You've got to keep letting him play. What are you going to do? You're going to drop him, right? You're going to drop him for what now? What are you going to drop him for?
No.
I'd rather drop Lipinski. Lipinski scared to put his fucking head over the ball when it's in the contest and the game's up for grabs. Lipinski, right? Sorry about your 2-way running, right? And your little kicks down the wing, right? He's got to put his head over the fucking ball. Quaynor. What happened to Quaynor? He's gone missing as well, bro. Quaynor's gone missing.
Nah, he was all right tonight, bro. He was all right.
Yeah, he was fluffing around there. But we gave it to him. We had the chance, right, to shut the door on him in the third quarter. We had the chance. We had that many inside 50s, right? Every time they're bombing the ball in, right? The Geelong defenders were taking intercept marks there. Did you see what was happening?
I seen it.
That-
Yeah.
That little chip. We weren't doing that little chip from about 80 metres out, the little 45 little chip inside 50. Remember like last week? They weren't doing that this week. This week they're bombing the ball straight in.
Just the way the
How'd
cookie
you see
crumbles are sometimes, I guess. Look, we as a side with the way the game is played these days, we'll always play with a high defensive line, irregardless of how much we're winning or losing by. If they can break open the game in the middle through a couple handball receives, which they did, it makes it hard for Billy Frampton and Darcy Moore to defend. What shits me above anything is like moments and when your skipper in the back line did what he did in that like late or like halfway through the last quarter, it hurts you, man. It's hard to bounce back from that. That's me being like obviously hypercritical in the grand scheme of things. We're in a really good position, but those moments really hurt you, man.
Yeah, and everyone can see that Dangerfield, right?
Yeah,
he's getting off the chain. He's getting off the chain in the last quarter. Why won't you put a cooler on him, man? Put Pendlebury on him or someone, man, like he does with Cripps. Pull the bloke down. You're letting him run around and do whatever he fucking wants.
Man, you could
you could
put the big show on him and you wouldn't be able to tackle him. He's a bull.
Yeah, the effort was there. The effort was there. You can't blame the boys. It was just some little moments. And at the end of the day, you know what? And we still had the game on our boot. Crispy missed the kick. He normally kicks those.
Wow,
we still had the game on our boot.
McRae said we had 20 missed tackles tonight.
Yeah, we did.
Wow.
Lipinski's a major culprit. Lipinski, he's that scared, right, to cop body damage, right? It's not funny, right? Even when the ball spills out, right? He stops and he before instead of going straight for the ball and the player, he backpedals, mate.
Look, you're not on your own. You're not on your own with Patrick Lipinski. I'll give you that.
We don't want pretty players. We don't want pretty players. We want hardball gets. We don't want fucking little pretty players, right? That kicks makes a couple passes here and there, right? Long was all right. Nick was all right. They were on Nick 24/7, right? And they had to bounce back there. They got embarrassed last week.
Hey.
And I told you last week, hey, Carlton, right, got him at the right time. Did you see what happened to Carlton today? They're back to the original Carlton there, the same old fucking Carlton. And you know what the problem is now? This is the problem now. Fremantle got absolutely embarrassed this week, right? And they're going to come out absolutely hungry next week. I'm telling you.
Fremantle after they got spanked by St Kilda, right?
Oh, yeah, they were embarrassing. They're going to come out hard. You know what? I reckon we might drop 2 in a row.
Cigarre.
Listen, I know footy there. Oriental, I know footy there. Listen, they're going to come out hard next week, bro. I'm telling you.
We're going to win.
Anyways, at least, hey, we only lost by 3 points today, and we just made too many mistakes. It was just a few mistakes we made.
All right, Manny, it's time to go. It's time to go.
Hey, who's this little fucking smartass on the fucking? Hey, buddy. Hey, you little bitch on the Discord. Hey, buddy. Right?
All right, Manny. All right, Manny. Andreas, Buisa, Black and White United. Where are ya?
I'm right here, bro. I'm listening to all the shit and all the shit and giggles.
What's going on? Hey, just mute whoever. I don't know what's going on in the Discord because I got everyone muted except you, Andreas. So I need you to mute them so you don't get distracted.
Hang on, bro. There's too much happening, bro. You need to sort out what's going on before I talk.
Who is it? Kynan and Manny?
Yeah.
All right, I'll kick. I'll time out. Let's do that. I'm sorry, someone had to get timed out. Kynan, you've been timed out. I don't know what madness is going on, but I got to put you guys in the naughty corner. Andreas, what are your thoughts, man?
Man, look, Manny did cover a couple of points I wanted to make. He's spot on about the goals over the back. Mate, our defensive line is way too high. I was sitting pretty much on the flank in the Shane Warne stand, closest to the Ponsford stand in the AFL members, and I could see how high up we were playing. And the second, we're all good running forward of the ball, man, like everyone is, yeah? The second there's a turnover, we got caught out so quickly, and it cost us 3 goals, 3 important goals, right? But anyway, the other main issue that we've got out of tonight, and I'm not going to sit here, I'm not going to talk about the umpiring and all that crap, because we know it wasn't good, whatever, yeah? But at the end of the day, bro, we're 20 points up. The problem was Geelong kept on chipping away at us, even when we were up. And we needed to score the goals through my check and side bottom just to put some scoreboard pressure back on them. And even the one where Bobby Hill kicked it and it got touched in the third quarter on the line, yeah? That goes through. There's no Geelong comeback because we're pushing. Problem is, we do the stupid things like that play where we had it in the middle in the third quarter and then Geelong took it back and rebounded off us, yeah? And we're running into it pretty much an open forward 50. There's little things that we do, even when we're winning, even when we're smashing sides. We just lack the tiny finesse in certain little instances. Tonight's game, realistically, if they put Myers in their team with the team that we selected, if Stewart was fully fit and Myers plays, they beat us, and they beat us by about 2 or 3 goals the way that we played tonight. Easy. The good thing is, though, regardless, as Manny said before, we were still able to control the result at the end of the day. Now, if Chris kicks the goal, we turn around and say, oh, my God, what a win. That's one of the best wins ever, blah, blah, blah. I'm a realist, bro. We should have put them away in the third quarter and the start of the last quarter. We should have put them away and be 30 to 35 points up. Instead, Ollie Henry kicks that goal and they hit the front. And I turned to my mate tonight that was sitting next to me and I said to him, I go, bro, the second they hit the front, we're not going to be able to hold on. We were grasping, clawing with our fingernails, bro, just trying to hang on. And, we kept pushing, which was great towards the end, but we just got to get rid of those stupid little things, man. We get rid of those things and we'll put every single side away. But I will say now, that aside, we're going to talk about the umpiring decisions in this game. And we could be here for hours, bro. And we can't blame them on the end on the actual result at the end of it. But out of all the free kicks that were paid and weren't paid, and we can cry and we can whinge and blah 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 and 15-meter penalties and all this fucking crap, yeah. The thing that gets me the most, whoever's at the game, because you can't see it on TV all the time. If you're at the game, spend a minute, like literally 60 seconds of your night. Sit there and watch Nick Dacos play football, and you watch how many times he is getting held. And the second he gets a free kick for holding the man, high tackle or whatever, all the opposition supporters cry, poor, bullshit, protected species, this, that. They would cry to have him in their colours. Spend 60 seconds and look at Nick Dacos and how many times he gets fucking manhandled in every single contest, every single stoppage, whatever. You'd be shocked because you only see it when the ball goes near him. But if you sit there and watch, you'd be amazed. Anyway, enough of that shit. We'll beat Fremantle by 50 points next week. They're a rebel. Love your work. Go the Pies. It's one loss. Who cares? We move on.
Let's go. Is that a mic drop, Andreas?
Mike, bro, I'm driving and I'm driving through Reservoir at the moment. There's too many Malakia coppers out here, so I got to put the phone down, bro.
All right, bro. Take care. Thanks for jumping on.
There you go, bye.
Yeah. Quick in and out for Andreas. I wanted to ask him what the energy was like at the game throughout the quarters, throughout the ebbs and flows, throughout the umpire decisions. I think I heard that 14 of the last 18 free kicks went Geelong's way. All right, how do I sort out Kynan? I'm going to just call you directly, see if that works. See if it works. Kynan. It says you're on. Oh, do I have to do something here? It says like you've got a red thing because of the timeout. How do I undo that? Ah, shit. Are you on mute, Kynan? You're probably not. It seems like because I timed you out. I'm sorry, bro. I'm still learning. I'm still learning how to figure this all out. Fuck. I need to figure it out. I'm sorry. Let's go back to the live stream channel because there's a couple people there still. Bear with me, guys. Steve-O says, anyways, people, we at Collingwood make it up for the next week. My Discord's frozen, so bear with me. We'll force quit it. And we'll just bring it back. I'll be back in a sec, guys. Just got to reopen Discord. Go here. Here. Okay. All right, let's go. Jay Reedy. Reedy. Brother. Mate. Just moderating things over here on Discord, but we did just have a football. We just had a football game as well, didn't we?
We did.
Yeah. Did you go, or do you watch it from home? What do you normally do?
Look, there was a few things. I mean, obviously, when you go to the game, you get a better view of it. But look, watching at home, you see it unfold, and there was definitely some moments. And look, I wish we could have some of them back, but fair play. You know, Geelong, they were up when it mattered, and yeah, they just did what they needed to do to get over the line.
That's just Geelong personified. Last 10, 15, 20 years against Collingwood. I'd like to know over that period of time, how long Collingwood has led in certain games against Geelong. I think was it 2022 when we were up by like 40 points and then we lost like early in the season? They kicked like eight or 9 goals unanswered in the third and fourth. And then also, what was it as well? There was a qualifying final. Was that 2019 where we were up and then they sort of kicked away in the last quarter? Is that just me, or am I onto something here?
I don't know. It's always a close game against Geelong. Like, the rivalry goes back to really 2010, 2011. I mean, that was when, Geelong was up and about, 3 flags, 07, 09, 11. And obviously, we had it in 2010, but I'd say it's never an easy game against them. One thing I did notice tonight, I think it was pretty much in that third quarter when we were piling it on, they really went park the bus. It was just everybody was back, and it was just one of those ones where we just couldn't break through and get that goal. And once that pressure valve gets released and they get that quick goal, the whole complexion of the game just changes. And we started to scramble a little bit, and we didn't have that polish that we normally have going forward. I think we could have really buried them at certain stages tonight, but as I say, it's never an easy game against Geelong. They're always going to hang around. They're always going to be in it. So, look, cracking game. Cracking game. And couldn't have wrote the script any better. Obviously, Chris had on his boot. That would have been something. Mate, that would have been something.
Yeah. Hey, give me 1 second. I think because the Discord reset, I've just got to do it again. Give me 1 second. Because it sounds like I'm on a phone call with you, so the connection isn't so great. That's on me. That should sound better, guys. Is that better? Can you speak again, Reedy?
Yep. Are we back?
Yeah, we're back. 1 second. It sounds like I'm on a 1 second. Phone call with you, so the connection isn't so great.
Yeah.
That's on me. That should sound better, guys. Is that better? Can you
Yep, back again.
Sorry.
Are we back?
Yeah, we're back. All right, sorry, mate. Like we're still going through the
That's right.
teething phase of this new Discord thing. So a few
All good,
learning
mate.
curves on the
All
way.
good.
Well, you
I'm
talk about the
starting to jump
moments,
in on the
Reedy.
Lipinski. Oh, mate, I'm starting to jump in on the Lipinski, bandwagon a little bit.
Yep.
Like all these like little chip kicks that he's doing, and like trying to be cute with it all, and like it just, I don't know, like we just don't need that. Just don't need that.
Is it a case of he needs to do that to the highest level to counteract maybe his lack of will within the contest, if you want to call it that?
Yeah, I mean, like he does look soft when he's in and around the ball. Like I'm just sort of echoing what other people have already said, but I mean, he doesn't want to put his head over it. Like that, that's clear. I mean, I'm not going to just single him out. Like I'm not going to single anyone out in this loss, but something that it is noticeable. It is noticeable to me anyway. Like I don't know, like it just feels like he just needs to harden up a little bit, just get back to the basics of playing footy, and don't fuck around. Like just don't try and be too cute with it. Just play footy, mate.
It's tough, man. It's tough. I think a lot of people in this in the chat tonight they're a little bit stumped with what to do with the goalie, or if you really do even just do anything, you just sort of let him do his thing until he's back. I don't know. What do you think?
Mate, it's a tough one because he's such a valuable asset. Like any club would kill to have a Degoe, but I mean, even a 60-70% Degoe is better than just like an average player. But unfortunately, like we just don't have any like real set game plan, and he's trying to just sort of get in on the action instead of like really creating it. Almost like it's almost like he's a bit of an afterthought in the chain. And look, it's really good having him there as an option, but Degoe's a bull. Degoe needs time, like, to get his hands on the ball, like, work into the game. Like, he's not going to be effective having 10, 12 touches a game. Like, it's just not the way he's played most of his career, apart from, I think it was maybe 2018 where he played forward.
Yeah.
I think he kicked like 48 goals that year. But, in the last 5 to 7 years, he's been now midfielder. So to put that on him, to be a forward and have that sort of impact, it's tough. Like, not many players can really impact a game having 10 to 12 touches.
It certainly felt like he didn't feature as much in the midfield tonight relative to the game against Essendon. Let's be honest, he's got a lot of him energy, and we need to feed into that for him to be like you said, to be the player that he is. He probably needs to be in the midfield as much as possible. We just gotta pin this and put an earmark on it, and maybe we can revisit this. This is something we probably can revisit in 4 to 6 weeks, and then if we're still talking about the goalie in the same light in 4 to 6 weeks, I'd be concerned, really concerned. Right now, I'm not quite there yet to raise any alarms. But the question is, do the coaches, obviously the fitness capacity comes first, but beyond that, do the coaches need to do something to inject him into the coalface a little bit more?
It's a good point. Nah, I mean, it's a tough one, though, because, like, obviously McStay down too, like that structure in the forward line looks a hell of a lot different without McStay there. I mean, we're sort of spoiled for riches, like having the big M's, and,
Yeah.
I even throw Bo into that as well. Like, I kind of have a bit of a soft spot for Bo. I just said it's hard to have an impact, having 10 to 12 touches, but, that's what Bo's sort of made his living on.
Yeah.
If he can bob up with 1 or 2 goals, like it really does make a difference, on those key pillars down forward.
Yep.
I'm not saying, like we need goals from everyone, but that's kind of how we play. It's just, next man up and whoever's willing to get the job done, really. Like there's no set game plan.
Yeah. I always say, like, what I've learned with Collingwood's forward group, you probably get, like, with regards to the small forward, you're probably going to get two really good performances out of the four, and I'd say Bobby and Jamie were really good. Lockie had an almost night; he had 3 behinds, and Bo was pretty quiet, but he just didn't really do anything wrong. He's had 2 quiet weeks, so you'd want to pencil him in for a game with more impact against Freo. That's for sure.
Nah, I'm with you. I mean, I think, again, people have probably already said it, but like this is almost like Freo's season on Thursday night. So that's going to be a big mountain to overcome. But look, good teams find a way to bounce back. And I think we've proven so far that we bounced back from that round 1 win and we looked pretty much untouchable up until tonight. So, look, take every game as it comes. Like, I don't think Freo we'll just wait and see what happens on Thursday. I don't want to make any predictions just yet, but I think the teams will say it all.
Yeah, look, I think I said it earlier in the stream. I don't mind a loss like this every now and then. Like, what are we? We're 6-2 now, yeah. So you lose.
Yes.
You lose what? You lose 2 games every 8 in every 8. It keeps you grounded, and it gives you a chance to reflect on what went wrong. And I'm not saying that Collingwood go into review after every win and don't look at what went wrong. They obviously do look at what goes wrong. But I think, there's going to be some good moments from this game to reflect on upon review, and it's gonna resonate with the players more because of the loss. It's gonna stick more. It's just how it is, and it keeps us away from the potential to being complacent.
No, I agree. Like it definitely builds character. I mean, we're going to find out what this group's about now. And look, it's a long season. Like you can't that one loss. It's not going to ruin your season. So we're just going to make sure it is just that one loss, and we do bounce back. But look, it's I'm looking forward to the easier part of the fixture, if you will. It's been a pretty tough start to the year, but that's sort of what you get as a as a Collingwood supporter. I mean, you're never going to get it the way you want it. So we just got to roll with it, and next game, move forward.
That's it. Reedy, I appreciate it. This is your first time on the post game?
First time, mate, but I've been loving your work, so I thought I'd get in amongst it. And look, I mean, would have loved to have done it after a win tonight, but as we say, it was a cracking game of footy, so we can hold our heads pretty high. And
Nah, I appreciate it. Would you say it was more inviting? Like, was it more enticing for you to come on through the Discord server because you can just jump in and have your say with like your voice as opposed to the video?
Not really. I mean, like, it's obviously a good little added bonus, but like, I've got you on the TV, so I think I've got a couple second delay here. But I mean, you do a pretty good job of running the show, and make it easier to jump in with a few comments. But after a game like that, I'm pretty up and about, so you can get a little 5 to 10 minute spurt from me here. But we'll keep it moving, and as you always say, and go Pies.
Go Pies. No. I actually have to ask one more question. I haven't asked anyone this question. I feel like I'm doing the stream a disservice, Reedy. So my question is, as Jack Chris took that mark, what were you doing? What were you thinking? Like, as it was coming towards him, he took the mark. What's going through your head?
Oh, mate, I couldn't sit down for that last sort of 3.5 minutes. Like, I was on the edge of the seat at the 3.5 minute mark. But, obviously when that Schultz, whether it was touched or not, remains to be seen. But, there's that old saying, ball don't lie. My check was pretty quick to get that one in the goal square. So, I was standing up, shaking and moving, and mate, those are the types of games you love. And I guess, like, look, a little dig from Bailey Smith at the end there. You don't get that in Ballarat, but that's what it means to be a Collingwood supporter. It's a privilege. So what a game, mate. What a game.
Oh, always plenty to love. Never a dull moment donning the black and white, right?
That's it, mate. I'm looking at my 2010 Premiership poster as we speak. So
I love it. I love
hopefully
it.
there's a 2025 one there to go next to it.
I love it. All right, Reedy, appreciate you, mate. Thanks for jumping on.
Mate, have a good one.
You too, you too. All right, guys, Kynan's up next. I kindly ask if you are in the Discord voice channels to make life easier for everyone in the group, mute yourself until you're brought to the stage, because it makes it, because if you're talking to the person who's trying to have a chat with me, it's too much. It's too much. Kynan, I'm sorry, man. I'm still learning. I'm still learning.
Nah. I was just chilling in here when Manny was talking about
Who was he
something, I don't
going?
even know what it was.
Who was he going?
No, I'm pretty sure I think he was talking to me, but all I said was, yeah, I agree. We were kicking the ball in those little chip kicks too much, and that was literally all I said.
He must have heard differently.
That's all I said.
How you feeling?
You know, man, when I saw Jack Cripps mark that ball, time stopped for a moment, and I was like, "Holy shit, he's gonna do it." I dead ass got on my knees and I started praying like I was a fucking a Buddhist, bro. I was praying on the ground. I was like, "Holy shit, no way he does this!" And I was like, "If he does this, it'll be fucking sick." And then here's Mitch McGovern, and shit.
Sometimes it's got to go against you, huh?
Sometimes, but fuck, man. But not that bad. Like if it was a hit the post, I probably would have. I felt better.
Yeah.
But because it was such a big shank, it feels worse.
But
I don't know
bloody hell, to be 3 goals down with less than 3 minutes and to have the game in your hands, that's crazy.
Yeah. I just wish we did that the whole quarter.
Yeah.
Like why did we do that for the final 3, but not the whole quarter? It makes no sense.
What's the answer though? Do you have any idea?
I genuinely think it was just an off game. We started off on the back foot. We started to get going. What really let us down? Missing goals directly in front from 30 meters out.
Any names?
How are we? Any names? Oh, bro, fucking everyone just about did it.
I'm looking here, Kynan. I'm looking here. So Cox and Hill kicked 1 straight. Elliott kicked 1-1.
I think Coxie had an amazing first half. I think he played great in the first half. Third quarter, he was starting to teeter off a bit, and I think that's why they subbed him out in the fourth.
Yeah.
But bro, his first 2 quarters, he was involved in almost every single chain that led to a goal.
Yeah, he was very competitive. He always does that.
It was good. I loved it. He was tapping it. He was actually picking the ball up and doing the quick handballs. He was a presence in the forward line. It was good to see. Maya check. I mean, like, fuck, man. Like, you can't miss those goals. Like, you can't from that distance and that angle. You can't be missing those.
Oh, he made it up though. Come on, you can pick on anyone except Maya check tonight.
Nah, that's fair. At the end, he did make it up. That is fair. But I would say also that ball was not touched, and I will fight anyone that says that ball was touched.
Oh, because no it's Lockie Shields. Because it's your boyfriend. Because it's your boyfriend.
He's my boy. He's my boy.
Yeah.
He's my boy. I gotta back him. But also, let's be real here.
It didn't look touched. It didn't look touched. It didn't look touched.
Even all the commentators were saying it wasn't touched.
I don't know about the ruling. Since when can the boundary umpire tell the goal umpire, hey, it's touched? Hey, bro, it's touched.
Oh, bro. Oh, dude, how's this for a stat line? Last 14 of the 18 free kicks given in the game were for Geelong.
I try not to dwell on that too much, my friend.
Bro, that is a ratio right there, man. Like you cannot not acknowledge that. That is insane.
That's hard. It's hard. It
is hard. I think, I'll be honest, McCreary did do nothing. I didn't see him do anything all game. He was probably the quietest person on the field, minus Bobby Hill for a little bit there.
Does that not isn't that sort of Bo McCreary in a nutshell though? Like he'll miss a game or two and then he'll pop up again, and that's probably their role,
don't like
role,
that.
isn't it?
Yeah, I
it's
don't
not.
like
Yeah,
that,
it
though.
sucks. It sucks. I know what you're saying.
I would take consistency over one good game every 3 any day of the week.
It's hard though, that role,
I-
man. It, like if you play that role in footy,
What,
it's
the
just
flanker?
it's an
Forward, half flank?
high half forward. It's unforgiving, man. A lot
Yeah.
of running and not a lot of reward at times. It's difficult, man.
I reckon he needs a spell in the midfield or something like that. I think he needs to not play that role. I think it's the role that fucks him.
Yeah, of course, but like we're still trying to get Jordan De Goey into the midfield. We can't even get him in there.
Dude, I don't know if I'm sold on Jordan just yet. I don't
What-
think I'm sold on him
What does that mean?
at the moment. How he's playing.
Yeah, I think we're all on the same page there.
Yeah,
but I say
yeah,
let's
yeah.
revisit. Let's revisit in like,
I'll revisit in probably five or six rounds, and then we'll see.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that one.
Yeah.
Who was your best on ground, by the way, for Collingwood?
Best on
for
ground.
Collingwood.
Ooh.
For Collingwood.
Yeah. I mean, if it had to be for both teams, I would say Dangerfield because he's a freak.
Wow, unbelievable.
If it was including, if we're doing one for each, I would say Dangerfield for Geelong.
Yep.
But for Collingwood, fuck man, I mean, Steele side bottom. What a man.
Yeah.
He does he make a mistake? I didn't see many mistakes all game.
Him and his buddy Pendlebury.
Pendlebury. Oh, he had a few slip ups here or there. There were a few like strange handballs that he did that he was handballing to someone running next to him that was like 2 feet away from him. It was a little weird. I don't know. But overall, I would say either Steele or Membry played a pretty good game too.
Yeah, he was good actually. He was good in moments for sure.
Yeah, he was real good.
He kind of. I get
I would
confused.
say-
He kind of looks like De Goey sometimes. I'm like, dude, like
A little bit, hey.
Bloody hell.
I got him confused sometimes.
it looks
I
like
looked at
De
him, I'm
Goey
he's
but
all
on
tatted up.
steroids.
And about a foot taller.
Yeah, true, true. You-
And I would
how
say
old- how
probably
tall
my
is
worst
Membry?
on ground. I would say probably the worst on ground. I would say is either it's got to be either Lipper or Bobby.
Oh.
I think, yeah, I think it's got to be Lipper or Bobby. Hey, Bobby's just playing a really weird. He looks like he doesn't know what he wants to do in the game. Sometimes he looks lost a little bit.
I think it would be. I think Bobby's had some good. He had some good moments tonight. I could probably. You could probably make an argument for Lipinski. I'd probably throw in. I don't know. I don't want to like have some sort of confirmation bias when I talk about this guy because I talk about
Is
him
it Frampton?
No. I talk about him in a
Okay,
bad
okay.
light so much, and it's Darcy Moore. I just think there's just moments as a captain that you need to stand up.
Yeah,
And sometimes he's just
Oh
not.
fuck! I forgot about the moment that he hit the ball back into the play. Oh, actually, yeah. Hold on. Yeah. Nah, I think him or Lipinski. Yeah, for sure.
Anyways, let's not dwell on it, man. We're 6-2. Fucking let's. We'll move on.
I'm a little
We'll move on.
heartbroken.
We'll move on.
I was really hoping to get that goal just to solidify that history-making game for Crispy.
Yeah.
And how poetic is that? That Crisp is the one that marks it.
Oh, what a story.
Imagine the what ifs. The what ifs.
He's usually pretty reliable from that distance as well.
yeah,
eh?
yeah, absolutely. He is, yeah.
2023.
I think in 20, bro. don't give me false hope, man. Come on.
It's real hope. It's real hope. Don't worry. Trust me.
Well, for now it's false until I see us play next week.
All right, Kynan, I got to keep it rolling, brother.
Easy.
I appreciate
Go
you.
Pies.
Go Pies.
Easy lads. All right, hot take of the week. Hold on.
Nah, don't. Nah. Save it for next week.
Nah, I'm kidding.
All right, see you, bro. Oh, Kynan, funny man. Kev,
Hey, mate.
are you on the way
How are
home?
you?
Are you on the way home?
Yeah. On the way home, mate.
I'm gonna ask you before I forget. What was the energy like throughout the game at the G?
Oh, the energy was alright. It's just some of our decision making tonight. I think that was poor. Just the turnovers. Darcy Moore just not even putting it through for behind and keeping the ball in play that Geelong got to go out of. Just even when we kicked the goal and we had the it was a handball towards teammate that was at his back instead of trying to kick it. So it did hurt a little bit, but I thought throughout the game I thought we were fine, but just made some stupid mistakes in the end. The umpiring was shit. Not gonna sugarcoat it. Was the amount of throws that they got away with that they weren't paid, holding the ball decisions. But at the end of the day, mate, we've got ourselves to blame as well. Like if had we not let Geelong get off to a good start, that's where it was at. Even that third quarter, when we kicked a couple goals, they kicked a few back. So it certainly seemed like that we just allow them to get out the back a lot more and to have these uncontested marks. But it is what it is, mate. There's not much you can do. There's not much you can do.
They did the same thing last year, didn't they? They kicked the first 3 goals. They did the same thing tonight, right?
Yeah, they kicked the first 2, 3, and then we responded in that first quarter. And then after that, it's the second quarter. We got off to a really good start.
Yeah.
I don't think they kicked a couple goals. They may kick 1 or 2. That was about it. But then the third quarter, that's when we should have just put the foot down, and we just don't. And again, Geelong are one of the teams that are a bogey team a little bit because they've beaten us in the 2007 prelim. They've beaten us 2009 prelim. They've beaten us 2011 grand final.
Yeah, thanks, Kev. Thanks for reminding me.
Yeah, all good, mate. But they're just a team that we can beat, but we're not consistently beating them enough. Even though we've beaten them like the years that we were terrible, but I think that they're the team that just get us at the moment, so.
Yeah. Look, at the end of the day, Geelong and Hawthorn are always going to give us a rough time, regardless of where they are placed on the ladder. We had our chances to put them away, put them beyond any hope of a comeback. We didn't do that. And we allowed someone like Dangerfield to come into the game. Jeremy Cameron had a couple moments. It is what it is. Hey, it is what it is. We could have won. We didn't. We're 6-2. Next week is very important. Against the side who got absolutely spanked at Marvel, we're going to need something. We're going to need something.
100%. I'm a bit worried about next week, to be honest. I don't know how I'm going to feel about next week. Like Freo, even though they got smacked on Friday night, I think they'll come out responding. I think it's going to be a bit tough over there.
It's a big game for them. It's a big game for us. It's a big game for them. So expect another big challenge. What else can you say?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. You far from home, Kev?
I'm not far from home at all. Just waiting for the train to arrive, and then should be at a couple more stops, and then I'm home.
So what was the energy like at the end of the game when Chris took that mark?
We were excited when he took that mark, and I thought he was going to kick that, to be honest. Like I was saying to a Collingwood supporter in front of me, mate, imagine if he kicks this and we win, like that would be the biggest steal in history, to come back like that would definitely be like, oh my God, like we did it and we pinched it from Geelong. So that would be one that we could have got one up against him, but I think at the end of the day, he missed and we had opportunities, mate. Simple as that. So
is it all doom and gloom or nah?
No, I think there's still a few games that we can definitely win. But I think if we lose now, it's better to lose now than lose against a crap team like West Coast. I think you rather have a loss now than lose the one that later on, and you think, how did we lose to a team like West Castle North, So, yeah, have this loss done. Hopefully this gets the energy up for next week.
Yep.
Come out firing, and let's hope we can beat Freo.
That's
So
it.
I'm definitely looking forward to the game. But, I don't know yet. I'll have to sleep on it and then see how I feel first.
Yep.
Before I decide, am I confident or not? Because I am a bit wary of them.
All right, Kev, get home safe, my brother.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate you.
Take care.
All right, bye.
All right. James.
Hello, mate.
Hey, mate. How you going?
Yeah, not too bad. Really interested in catching up on the chat as per usual. In that it's like, wow, like so much of the commentary all over the shop, people calling out this and that player. I'm just like, wow, really?
Yeah.
Were we watching the same game? I understand we lost the game, but I think someone pointed out in the chat earlier, it's like Crispy kicked that goal. Would the chat be completely different tonight?
It would be, yeah, 100%. That's if there's one thing I've learned about post-game shows, when you win, everything's all sunshine and rainbows. But if we lose, even like tonight, like you said, we were one kick away from winning. We lose, people come in, and it's going to be a different conversation. There's no way to like govern it. It's just that's just how people.
Of course.
Yeah, the pessimists come out.
Yeah, that's facts, bro. Like I understand. Like Crispy got that mark. I was literally up off the couch. I'm standing there, got the prayer hands going. Like, oh my god, this is unreal. I can't believe this is happening right now. And much like everyone else, I actually was like, I think he's got this. I think he's got this. I think we're about to see one of those moments in football that we'll be talking about for years. Unfortunately, it didn't go that way. It was interesting at the end of the game. I can't remember the commentator's name on Fox. He actually called out some of the contentious umpiring calls. Of course, that call for the ball that was touched from an umpire on the boundary. Like, is that a thing? Like, but I don't know. Was it touched? I don't really know. But like we came back with like minutes to go. That was a champion effort, and it's not all doom and gloom, bro. Like, look at the stats. Like we're doing all right, man, and I think we will do well this season.
Yep. Well, we're 6-2 now.
Exactly.
I've said it twice now. I'll say it another time because I think it's important that people capture that. And what I say is you need these losses. You really do. And we lost 6 weeks ago or 7 weeks ago, whatever it was. We've lost tonight. We'll cop another loss. We'll cop a loss every 5, 6, 7 weeks. It keeps you grounded to the point where we get to the final series when you need to win games in a row. Yeah.
I totally agree, man. Like, it's nice to get that run on, to be showing, to be showing the rest of the teams who we are, because that is who we are. We've got back to that form. Again, like last year, we missed out by. Fair to say, there was a couple of contentious umpire calls in games last year that meant we missed the finals. Otherwise we would have been there. This year, I think, we'll be in finals. We will be in contention. At the moment, I'm thinking there's a strong possibility we'll make top 4. Again, we're not calling people out, but people saying, oh, this player, that player. I don't really have any necessary issues with any of the players I saw tonight, maybe except for Cox. I'm like, that dude can move on. But we were saying the same thing about Shooter last year, right? And dude ended up being, wasn't he the 3rd highest scorer for the team last year? Like, everybody was on his back, but I wasn't. I was just like, are we watching the same game? I think this dude's playing all right. Same deal tonight, man. I think players make mistakes. It happens. And because we're such passionate supporters, it's like, that's it. That dude needs to be sidelined. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think I was really seeing anything like that. I think we all played pretty well. A couple of silly moves here and there, and a couple of mistakes. But it's not all doom and gloom, right?
Yeah, no, it's certainly not. And you'll get, like I said, the more familiar you become with the footy community on YouTube, or like on any channel, like the post game show, you get, like I said, you'll get the best pessimists, and they'll come out to play, and they'll tell you the world is burning, and that's in this context, the Collingwood world is burning, and we win next week, and they will be quickly muted. I don't know how many people have watched this post game show yet, but I would imagine because we lost in that fashion, this video or this post game show will probably have more views than most of the games we've had. Most of the post game shows we've had, because we've been winning. That's just the way it goes. Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah. I mean, it's the nature of two things: one, the internet, and two, that we're Collingwood and we're such passionate people. It's like I say, like I'm not really taking what the chat is saying the wrong way. I understand. I totally understand. But I don't know, mate. I think I'm looking ahead. I'm feeling good about the season. I think everybody else should be too. It would have been nice to have that fairy tale ending. It just didn't happen this week. But these losses, like you pointed out, it puts the fire in you to come back next week and go, okay, let's not do that again. Let's do this. Let's focus on what we need to improve. Let's get it there. I feel I'm getting messages from Collingwood supporters who are saying, mate, what is going on with the Pies this year? I haven't seen this synergy for years. And I'm like, yeah, that's right. I can feel it too. There's something's happening again where that energy is coming back. And yeah, I'm feeling positive. I'm feeling positive about it, mate. I think we'll do all right this year.
We've just got to do what champion teams do. Like I would deem Geelong a champion side, and they had a disappointing. Obviously, our loss against Geelong wasn't as disappointing as the loss for Geelong was against Carlton last week, but we've got to do that in our own world and beat Fremantle.
Yeah, I think feeling confident about that, mate. There's a few games I see coming up, that might be a little bit tougher, but I don't know, man. I think we'll be, because I'll be jumping in on the chat every now and then across the season, and I'll be looking forward to those wins, where, maybe we're all a little bit more buoyant, less pessimistic, and just celebrating. Because I know, man, I really felt for Crispy after that. I don't know whether you caught his post-game interview. Poor dude. I was just like, man, that ride home from the G is going to be tough. He's got his family there and support, and the boys got around him instantly, but just so close to that fairy tale ending.
Where's Jamie Elliott when you need him, huh?
True, mate, true.
We'll save him for the final series, don't worry.
Yeah, that's the one, mate. That's the one.
All right, James. Hey, pleasure, and thank you for jumping on.
Nice one, mate. I'll speak to you again soon.
All right, take care, mate.
Okay, mate. Peace.
Bye. Matt Cambo. Hello, Matt Cambo. You there, brother? No. Okay. Armen. Let's go, Armen. Armen.
How you going, mate? Can you hear me all right?
Yeah. How you going?
Good. How are you?
It's always a difficult question to answer after one of these games. How are you feeling?
Yeah, bit flat. Yeah, I was at the game, so bit disappointing.
What was the feeling around the whole Crisp moment?
Oh, that roar when he marked it was deafening. That
Really?
was huge. Everyone was, yeah. And then
I couldn't even hear the
everyone just
siren, to be fair.
yeah, that's how loud it was.
Wow.
And then because we just came out of it, just came out of nowhere. Like we looked gone. People were leaving. A lot of people were going home when we were down by 3 goals. And then I don't know. We dominated that last sort of 3-4 minutes.
Yeah.
And we got 1 goal, and then a couple of behinds, and then another goal, and then bang, and almost done it.
Some
It's almost
contentious
like
behinds.
2022 again. Yeah. Early in that fourth quarter, we just I think it was side bottom missed one, and then I think Mychek missed one as well.
Lockie Schultz, apparently.
Yeah, which apparently, according to the boundary umpire.
Classic.
So I don't know. I think we let that one slip, but
Definitely.
hey, it was against a good team, and hopefully they learn from it.
I think you pretty much summed it up pretty well in less than a sentence. You said we let that one slip. It certainly feels like we let that one slip. We could have put them away.
Yeah.
We didn't. That's okay. They're a good side.
Definitely. Yeah, it was weird that we were the better team in the first 2.5 quarters. They sort of got on top of us sort of late in the third, and then sort of fourth quarter, I guess. But it just felt like in that first 2.5 quarters, we just kept like giving them gifts. You know, it was just like we just do these ugly turnovers and just just big mistakes in the back line. I mean, even Nick Dacos stuffed one up. You know, after he kicked that goal from outside 50,
he slipped over. Yeah.
He was weird. He got the ball. It was like he almost got the clearance, but then the ball he kind of fumbled it, and the ball went behind him, and then he was like trying to chase it down, and he just kept fumbling it and slipping over.
Yeah.
And then Geelong got her and just kicked a goal, and it's just like,
it's just a game of moments at the end of it. That's all it is, just moments.
100%. That's what it was. Game of moments. If just one of those moments went our way, we would have been having a different conversation right now.
The fact that we were 3 goals down with 3 minutes to go, and in the end, we had the power.
Could have won it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Could have won it.
Crazy.
Yeah. Umpiring. I mean, I got to bring it up because
hate to be that guy, but you got to be that guy, huh?
I hate to be that guy, but it's just it was so obvious. It was just they were just giving them everything. Like I'm not saying maybe some of them, maybe most of them might have been there. I don't know, but it just felt like they weren't paying much to us though. Like you got to, there was a few holding the balls I thought we should have got that we didn't get. That rundown from Hill. I don't think that was. I don't know. From I was obviously I didn't have the best view, but it didn't look like a trip to me. Is that what it was? Is that what they said it was?
Yeah, I don't know how the adjudication works, but I think if the tackle is above the knee, it's all good. You know what? Like looking at that, I think that's a hard decision for the umpire to make. Do you just put your whistle away at that point? I don't know. It's fuck. I don't fancy their role. That's for sure.
Nah, definitely not. I thought Mychek was probably our best on ground, just because
it was big.
He just it
was big.
Yeah,
it was big.
I was wishing it was him who took that mark instead of Crispy.
Yeah,
I just think he would have.
What does Rangatang said? You reckon? I'll ask you this question. Rangatang in the chat says, "Do you think Howe, if Howe plays, do we win?" Armen, you with us, brother?
Hello?
Yeah, you're here.
Yeah. Sorry, it might have been my headphones.
That's okay.
Yeah, I think we would have won if Jeremy Howe was playing, just simply because He's so reliable down back, and it was a close game. You know.
Is there a but?
If we sorry.
Is there a but though?
What do you mean? What do you reckon?
I would say yeah, of course. If Hal plays, we probably we're more of a chance to win. But then,
Yeah.
to be fair, Geelong fans on the other hand are saying, well, if Brian Myers and Tom Stewart are playing in that game, they're winning as well.
Yeah, true. McStay though, he would have been
as well.
He would have been handy.
DeGoey not at 50%.
A fit.
Armen, I think we lost you again, brother.
Sorry, mate. Is that better?
Yeah, you're all good. You're all good.
Yeah, DeGoey's a bit of a funny one. I actually think we may need to give him a week in the twos, maybe. I don't know.
Fuck, you're in that ship,
you're not gonna like that one.
You're in that ship.
Hey?
You're in the VFL ship for DeGoey.
Yeah, just to maybe get his confidence up.
Don't know if
I don't know
if DeGoey fancies running out on Victoria Park at 12 p.m. on a Saturday. Don't know if I can do that to the man.
Nah, probably not.
Nah.
Probably not.
Nah.
Nah, you're right. It depends on what's wrong with him, though. I mean, like, is it a confidence thing? Is it pain? Is he still in pain? Is that what it is? You don't know. Like, only the club knows, I guess. And we just got to go with what they decide.
We'll never know. But Tribal Chief brings up an extension on our conversation about Jeremy Howe. He said the difference is Stewart was injured and we chose not to play Jeremy Howe. That's the difference.
Yeah, good one. Yeah.
But
I think
I might reverse Uno. Yes, he was listed as managed, but was he injured? Was he actually injured? And you just, because he's not super injured, you just go, yeah, sweet, he's managed.
I reckon he could have been sore.
Yeah.
Could have been soreness.
Aren't they
his
all?
age.
Aren't they all?
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Peter
Maybe,
G says DeGoey is the invisible man at the moment.
Who said that?
Peter G's got some big comments on a daily basis at Pies Footy.
Yeah.
The invisible man.
Look, to be fair though, today DeGoey probably wasn't alone. There was a few passengers, I think. So, got some work to do, I guess. But look, it's all good. I mean, we're 6-2, and I think we can beat Freo next week, even though it's up there.
Yep.
I think we should beat them. They're not looking too great.
We have to beat them.
At the moment.
We have to beat them. Champion team needs to respond. We have to.
Yeah, and we gotta get our payback for last year.
Yep.
When we played them there last year, that was.
Yeah,
again, the umpires, mate.
Hopefully Matthew Nichols isn't umpiring again.
No, hopefully not.
Brick.
Yeah. But hey, look, we're still on top of the ladder, I think. Are we?
Close enough.
That's positive.
Close enough. Close enough.
Yeah. Hey, where did you didn't go to the game, did you?
No, I was actually at home. I had my game, and then I just raced straight home and ordered some Greek food and just laid on the couch and soaked up. Yeah. So I do try to get to some games. I don't know. I personally like watching games at home because you get the full experience because of the commentary and the camera angles. But then people probably say no, the full experience is at the game. I'm half and half.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. You definitely get the atmosphere at the game though. Today was pretty good because 82,000. And then
crazy.
And of course last week you had 92,000, I think. So
as Bailey Smith says, it's better. You don't get that in Ballarat. funny man.
He's a funny one.
Yeah.
I'm sure the dogs will love that.
Yeah, I love it though. I love it. All right, Armen, I've got one more waiting. I'll leave you with it. Thanks for jumping on tonight.
No worries, mate. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
See ya.
What's the go-to Greek order? Says Rangatank. What I had baklava. I had patatas and like gyros. Pretty simple. You don't fluff around with your Greek order. You just get your open platter, and yeah, you can have like your saganaki or your baklava. Is that even Greek though? Cambo, you there? Is he on mute? Oh, I've muted him. Cambo, I think you're on mute. Can you unmute yourself if you're still here? Or have you fallen asleep? I reckon Cambo's fallen asleep, guys. Matt Cambo. All right, we'll leave him with it. All right. Oh, hold on. Did he just unmute himself? 1 second. Matt, you there?
You there?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Oh, man, my phone's just playing funny buggers. Sorry, man.
No, you're good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, of course, man. How you going?
Good. I say I'm good. I don't know, man. Fuck. How can you feel after this game?
Oh, mate. Honestly, like others people were saying, like what you were saying, like, don't worry about it. Agree with the good loss. Like, it's a tough pill to swallow, but fuck, I tell you what, we're playing some good footy, man. Like, it's not the end of the world. It's just one of those things, but extremely disappointed. But I really, I was pretty confident. I'm not going to lie. So yeah, disappointed, man. And like, yeah, crispy at the end. Like, we saw him kick those goals at the grand final. God, that would have been good, man. It really would.
Oh, that would have been, one for the ages. But I feel like, as fans, you get a pretty good gauge of where the level of anxiety is for the players. And I think you can tell by the way we feel going into games. So, for example, you go into let's go back to say the Brisbane game, Easter Thursday. You probably say, you're pretty anxious going into that game as a fan. Would you agree?
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. And I feel like the players would have been the same. And you said going into this game, you were what, pretty...
Yeah, I was pretty confident. Like, I had the parents around, had the birth of my new baby boy yesterday. So I was like,
congratulations.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Is it Pendles? Is it Pendles or Dacos?
I wish, man. Nah. His name's Cade, and he's a beautiful man. But yeah, I thought, I just thought, I don't know, the stars were aligning, and yeah, pretty disappointed, to be honest.
Feel like it hurts to say right now because it's raw, but it's just I suppose it's a loss we need to concede at this point.
I agree. I mean, it had to happen at some stage, but I don't know, man. Like, where do you think we went wrong? Like, I feel like the defense was good. I feel like the midfield pulled up, and the forward line did their job. But I don't know. Was there a tag on Dacot? I just didn't seem to think there was much struggle with it. But I don't know. Was there a tag or?
There was a tag, but moments. I went through the troubles last year of trying to dissect the game from an analytic perspective, but the more I entrench myself into specifically the game of the Collingwood Football Club, I come to realize it's you can analyze as much of this shit as you like. It just comes. Sport is simple. There's this base level ceiling that everyone is at, North, Collingwood, West Coast, they're all playing AFL level, but the difference between the good and the best and the okay to the worst is can you capitalize in moments, in momentum. And I feel like Geelong, when they had their momentum swings, they took full advantage of it in that last quarter, and we made some schoolboy errors in our back half, and that's
for sure
what it came down to, man.
Yeah, there was the first maybe 10 minutes or so. I feel like we were just defending the whole time. It was just in their back half, and I was just fuck, this is not how we win a game of footy. And it was, I don't know, Dangerfield just turned it on, and it's not what we wanted. And yeah, we all know he can just turn it on, but he really did. Trust me, man, I hate the bloke, but Like, he just killed us in the end. He really did.
You almost have to tip the hat at this point, don't you?
For sure, man, for sure. But I don't know. What about that goal, like, on the line? Like, was it Schultz? I'm pretty sure it was Schultz.
Yeah.
Would that have made a difference if it was a
Probably.
goal? Because I'm pretty sure, like, they got, like, a kick in, and I'm pretty sure Mycheck kicked a goal, like, 20 seconds later.
Yeah. What if? But in the end, we got the chance we wanted.
Mate, it was a goal.
It was a goal. It was 100% a goal. But I'm saying, like, we still had the chance to win the game, even despite that call going against us.
Yeah, I know. And, like, it's a Collingwood way, man. Like, we never give up. We really don't. But yeah, I don't know. I'm proud of the boys. I'm not like doom and gloom. Like you said earlier, like, we're 6-2. Still sitting on top of the ladder, so I'm, like, pretty positive. But
Yeah.
And, like, Freo, I tell you what, man, like, that was one of the worst games I've ever seen in my life last night. That was terrible.
What did we to deserve that?
Oh, God. But they won't play like that next week.
Cambo had a kid yesterday. Goodness.
Correct, man.
Bloody hell.
Correct. But
you had the kid in one hand and KO on the other.
Oh, mate, I did, and a beer in size as well.
Nice.
Just couldn't grab it, but no, you're a good man. But no, look, I don't know. It's not doom and gloom. I'm pretty confident. You know, we're in a good space.
Yeah.
Freo next week. Happy days. We'll see how we go. Yeah, even with the 5-day break or 6-day break, whatever it is. Yeah, we should be all right. We should be all right.
Yeah. A lot of people in the chat's mindful. We do have a 5-day break going into Perth. Who do we rest? What happens there? And then we got Adelaide, who just absolutely trounced Carlton. So it doesn't get any easier. And I suppose that too is also the Collingwood way these days, isn't it?
100%, man. 100%. Like obviously Freo would be on the back foot. And I was pretty cautious of Geelong last week when they lost to scum Carlton. I knew they'd be on the back foot, but, like, we both lost, so bring it on.
Yeah, that's it. Well, Matt, if you need any help swindling your missus and getting Cade's middle name as one of these two fellas, let me know. I'll see if I can give you a hand.
Oh, you're a legend, man. You're a legend. Hey, I've been listening to you for, like, years, man. I've been, like, wanting to call, so happy days. Thanks so much for having me.
Thanks for jumping on, Matt. Take care.
You're a good man. Thanks, mate.
Thanks, brother.
Bye.
All right. And so that concludes the post-game show. If you guys want to get your fan takeaways in, follow pies_footy on Instagram. I'll do the player ratings tomorrow morning. My voice is a bit throaty at the moment, so I'm going to save my breath for tomorrow morning. I'll do the player ratings. That will come out before 12 p.m. And then the following day will be fan takeaways. So just have your say on the game and we can dissect it from there. I appreciate you all sticking around, and